What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we have more of a discussion when it comes to a couple different topics that I wanted to go over. But before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out the link in the description below for my secondary channel that I do have, the PlayerEssence EX channel, where I talk about PlayStation and Xbox a bit more than I talk about on this channel as well. So if you're into that, make sure you give it a subscription and give it a like if you can. Now let's move on to today's topics when it comes to the first one here, and that's talking about this weird tribalism people think I have or that I see on the internet when it comes to Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch, myself, whatever the case is, because people think, or at least some feel, that I have this weird tribalistic mentality that I care about if one game goes to a different system or doesn't come to some system, or they think that I have this affinity with the platform to where I don't like something else, which is one of the reasons why I plugged that other channel as well. And that is not the case at all. I see this so much. The most recent thing that I'm seeing it with, which I've seen it before, but is with Shin Megami Tensei 5 and some of the news stories that have came out, or at least the whole thing like with the source code and it being on PlayStation 4 and also on PC. And I don't know if SMT5 is going to come to those other platforms or not, but I don't care if it does come to those other platforms or not. I've put 70 plus hours into it on the Nintendo Switch, and if it came to other platforms, that's fine by me. If Bravely Default, which that came to PC, goes to other platforms, that's fine by me. If Octopath Traveler goes to other platforms, which it did, that's fine by me. I don't work for Nintendo in terms of on their salary, and I'm not worried about third-party games, which there's some type of deals that sometimes they run out, sometimes they do. I'm not worried about that at all. I don't really care about that at all. And I'm not going to get upset about any game moving over from one platform to another based on it being exclusive or whatever deals they have. That's with Nintendo, and that's with the business people that are involved with that. I'm just a gamer, and I'm just someone who likes to cover games, and I so happen to have grown up with Nintendo, but I enjoy other platforms and enjoy other stuff as well. I have a PlayStation 5, I have an Xbox Series, and I've been playing Halo like crazy on there, and I played Returnal when that was out on the PS5 like crazy, and Ratchet & Clank, and when there's other games that come out, I'll play it on there. I'm a gamer first and foremost, as if I care about if SMT5, which was not even confirmed, but if I care about a source code thing, which we've seen that before, sometimes it happens, it doesn't, I'm not really sure. Why would I care about that at all? Like, I legit don't. I'd probably buy it again. As somebody who bought 2 collector's editions of the premium edition, if Atlas decided to put it out on another platform, I'd do that. Just like I'd buy Persona 5 if it ever came to the Nintendo Switch, but I already bought it on the PlayStation 4. I bought it on there. I played it on PlayStation 4 with the original. I played Persona 5 Royal on my PS5, beat it, loved so many aspects about the game, but if it came over to Switch, cool. I'm not gonna be super crazy about it one way or another. And if it was vice versa, if Persona 5 was on the Nintendo Switch, then it went over to the PlayStation or PC, I wouldn't be upset with that. And Persona 4, for example, went over to PC. That's cool. If it comes over to Switch, that's cool too. If it comes to other platforms, Xbox, that's also cool. So this weird tribalistic console war fanboy type of mentality doesn't apply to me, since I, one, have all the different platforms and have plenty of games for those platforms, and two, I don't care because it's not something that's a business type of thing for me, and it doesn't affect my enjoyment or my business or what I do. The more people that get to play Shin Megami Tensei 5 or get to play Persona or get to play any of these other games that are exclusive for one reason or another, if other people get to play those third-party games, obviously first party, it's different. All the first party companies want to have their games to sell their system. I get it from that business perspective. But if we're talking about third party games here, like, I don't care. Like, it's not something that I care about. So I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions that I see people say about myself or what I think about the Nintendo Switch or whatever. I'm just here to cover the platform that I like. I like the platform. People obviously have an affinity when it comes to certain things. People watch my Nintendo content, so I make content on there. But that doesn't mean I hate Microsoft. I hate Sony. I hate people who like those. I mean, it's super weird. And I know most of you guys don't think that about me, but I see that quite a bit. And I think that that type of mentality needs to be talked against more so than anything, because that type of weird tribalistic mentality with these systems and all that causes a lot of toxicity online. Like, a lot of the toxic nature is from these people that are just making up stuff, making up what they think about sales numbers, making up what they think about how something's going to do, making up whatever they want. And it leads to just a lot of, I mean, for lack of a better term, like weirdness, you know what I'm saying? Or just like weird behavior from people that probably shouldn't be wasting their time. You know, I'm not here to tell you exactly how you should spend your time, but it just seems very weird that people would waste their time doing that. So there's really no need for that. And I think that this discussion is something that's a good discussion just to have in the first place, because I know a lot of you guys see that because you guys bring that stuff to my stream sometimes when it comes to you hear somebody else, or people will tag me and say, hey, this person said this. And I'm thinking, well, who cares what that person has to say about this weird mentality with if this is coming to this. If it does come, cool, more people get a chance to play. If Nintendo doesn't get a certain game or whatever the case is, okay, then it wasn't built for that system, or they're not building it, or it's going to be later. That's fine. I can play it on a different platform. So for example, Tales of Arise is a game that was not built for the Nintendo Switch. They built it for x86. They built it for the current, you know, and last generation in terms of Xbox and PlayStation and PC, that architecture, that system. Okay, cool. That would have been great if it's on Switch, but if it's not, cool. I bought the PS5 version and I'm going to enjoy that. I enjoyed the heck out of it on the PS5 and also Xbox when I played the demo, and I'll play it again. You know, I'll continue playing it. Same thing goes with Scarlet Nexus and other games as well. It's not necessarily built upon it being on a platform that I like or that I cover here on the channel for me to have enjoyment or for me to like something a lot. So that's a big misconception about the Nintendo Switch. I think people have big misconception about what I think when it comes to what I personally play. And like I stated before, make sure you check out my secondary channel, the PlayerEssence EX channel, where I go over my experiences with Xbox and PlayStation games. I did Halo. I talked about PlayStation 5 recently on the channel. Those are the 2 new videos up. I don't know. It's weird to me. What are you guys' experiences with this? Because I know a lot of you guys have ran across people that are like this. One of the things that I really did was I've always been a multi-platform owner. Ever since I could afford to be a multi-platform owner, I've done it. So I think that's essentially when I was just kind of like, all right, cool. You know, whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to play games and enjoy it. And that was back in the 6th generation. I started buying my own systems, started buying my own games, started buying everything on my own because I've had a job since then and I've been able to do that. So all this weird console war stuff and all that, it's just a big misconception. I don't really play into that. I mean, whatever comes over to the platform, and if it's a cool game and I want to play it, I'll play it. If it doesn't come, okay, cool. It's not my, you know, thing to get that done. It's not on me. That's the developers and that's the publishers and that's Nintendo and that's all of them. I'm just here to talk about the games, cover the Nintendo Switch because I think it's a dope platform. I love the hybrid concept and all that. And whatever games come, cool. I'll check out and support what I can. Whatever games don't, that's cool too. I have the other systems in order for that to happen. Sometimes a game will come to the platform to Switch and maybe I don't want to play it on there. I want to play it on somewhere else. And that's just how I've always been. So I don't know. It's weird type of mentality, but hey, anything that I can do to kind of change the perspective of people out there, maybe this changed some people's perspective on what they think about myself or what they think about other people or how they see it themselves, I'm cool. Anything that makes it better, anything that makes it to where there's less toxic nature online with certain stuff when it comes to people getting crazy about console wars and all that, that's cool too. So what are your thoughts on this when it comes down to it? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here. We've got something that I never thought Nintendo would actually do. I thought that this liaison or this bond between these two entities would never link up once again, especially after all of the recent news that has came about and how certain people in the communities have treated Nintendo with it. But yes, the impossible has seemingly been possible or seemingly is happening at this point, and that is Nintendo teaming up with Panda Global, one of the leaders in esports and one of the leaders in Super Smash Bros. Esports, to have a brand new Super Smash Bros. Circuit. And yeah, with Melee and with Ultimate. So here was the announcement with Panda on their official Twitter account. We are proud to announce our partnership with Nintendo of America. In 2022, Panda will bring the first officially licensed circuit for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Super Smash Bros. Melee to North America. More details for this short series of events with cash prizes coming later. So a couple things to dissect there with it. They have a partnership. Obviously, it's a licensed circuit. Nintendo will be providing the cash prizes, and I'm thinking that Panda will probably add to it. So it's probably a collaboration in terms of prize pool. So I'm guessing it's going to be something not crazy, maybe not as big as Summit when it comes to first place and all of that, but definitely something that is good enough, because I don't think Panda would want it to be too low, and I don't think Nintendo would want to go into something like this with the prizes too low. It might as well not be anything at all if it's not even worth them flying out to the places and doing that. Now, it's a short series, so this is essentially a trial run. This is not something that's going to be a long-term relationship. This isn't Capcom Pro Tour. This isn't anything like that. This is something that is a test. It's a trial run. They want to see if this is going to work because it says it's a short series. Now, I do have a couple things that I want to say here when it comes to this, because I think that the Melee community in particular obviously has their grievances with what's been going on and certain tournaments and cancellations and stuff like that. Nintendo obviously has their own issues as well. But if you know any business, nothing is ever a closed door in business. And if the right proposition, if the right factors play into a part, you can get what you want if you do it in a peaceful and normal manner. And I think that's exactly what happened here with Panda Global. The right factors, the right type of things align for this to happen. Although it's interesting to see how some people were very upset when certain commentators from the Super Smash Bros. Community would work with Nintendo. They would get angry. They attacked them on Twitter, and thousands upon thousands of people liked those comments and stated, okay, yeah, this is people that are also content creators themselves attacking these young women or attacking people from the Smash community that would work with Nintendo. And I find it very interesting that some of these same people that were doing that are not attacking Panda Global for essentially doing the same thing, bringing a circuit, working with Nintendo, the supposed enemy in a certain situation, in order to embetter themselves, because Panda's obviously going to benefit greatly from this, but also as the community as well. So I find it very interesting that some people want to about face when it comes to this, or not talking at all, because they are okay with bashing certain individuals, but not okay with bashing Panda Global, which is a huge driving force in Super Smash Bros. And the esports, which their CEOs and their people that work for the company are all public. You can all see that. And I haven't seen one negative thing thrown at them towards working with Nintendo when it comes to that. So a little bit of hypocrisy, a little bit of nonsense on that. But outside of that, when it comes to some of the things here, this is really good to see Nintendo working with Panda Global, one of the best esports organizations, in order to get something going here. I'm very happy for all of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate competitors, all of the Super Smash Bros. Melee competitors that can have an official circuit from officially like Nintendo, the developers of the game. So that is definitely good to hear. Maybe we might get some cool information and cool news at this. Will there be something with Melee? I think fans are probably anticipating something going on with Melee. Maybe that comes over to a Nintendo Switch platform, because what better way to ring in tournaments with Melee than to actually have it on the Nintendo Switch? But I don't know if they'll do that considering what Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is and everything. But overall, this is definitely a good thing. It's unexpected. It's kind of shocking and surprising. I did not expect this to happen, but you should never say never when it comes to business and when it comes to some of these things with Super Smash Bros. We've seen time and time again that it's broken the mold. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has broken the mold or the conventions or the norms of what you think could happen in this type of game. So they've just done it again when it comes to Nintendo and Panda Global forging this Super Smash Bros. Tournament circuit. So what are your thoughts on this when it comes to what I discussed earlier with the weird tribalism, console war type of stuff that's going on, and also with this Super Smash Bros. Surprise with the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Melee communities? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.